Hi, good afternoon. My name is Mary Beth Young, and today I will be sharing with you research-based reading instructions. Over the next several slides, we will review the essential elements of literacy. It is vital to a student's reading success that educators not only comprehend, but implement these concepts into their daily classroom instruction and activities. We'll begin with the science of reading. The science of reading began as a comprehensive research to identify how humans learn to read, how they comprehend, and how the human brain processes written language. SOR describes the progression of reading of both typical and atypical readers. One key idea is that a student who learns phonics instead of memorizing words will unleash their full reading potential. Recognize that reading development is divided into three stages: letters and sounds. So, knowing the sounds of letters is vital for phonic decoding and sight word training. The next one is phonic decoding, and this begins at an early age, where they create phonological awareness that prepares students for letter sound knowledge. And then lastly, we have orthographic mapping, and that is just the operation that students are able to recognize unfamiliar words and then turn them into sight words. Scarborough's reading rope. Scarborough's reading rope is a model that shows the configuration of how our brain operates complex processes while we're learning to read. So it includes two strands that, when interwoven, creates a skilled and fluent reader with strong comprehension. First, we'll take a look at the upper strand. The upper strand includes background knowledge, which is vital to learning and understanding new concepts and ideas. The second one is vocabulary. It's an extensive vocabulary that allows readers to discern what they are reading. Language structures are referring to the syntax and semantics of reading. So, syntax would be referring to the ways in which words are structurally organized in sentences, versus semantics is the study of the meaning of words, phrases, and sentences. Comprehension is key to reading. Verbal reasoning includes inference and metaphors. Inference equals what students know plus what they read. And then metaphor is knowing that there is a comparison between similar things and then identifying them through word phrases. Literary knowledge is print concepts and genres of literature. Next, we'll take a look at the lower strands. The lower strand includes phonological awareness, and that is a required skill that enables readers to recognize and utilize word parts, syllables, onsets, and rhymes. Decoding, alphabetic principle, and letter sound consistency is just the relationship between the phonics and the pronunciation. And then we have sight recognition, which is also known as orthographic lexicon, that students can already recognize and read precisely. And then lastly, we have language comprehension and word recognition, and those are both necessary for students to develop strong and accurate reading skills. The last one that we're going to look at is the simple view of reading, and that lays out the basic principles of decoding a text multiplied by the comprehension of language, which equals a reading comprehension. There are 5 components that create SVOR. The first one is phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension. And we'll take a look at those in detail in the next several slides. We are going to take a look at language comprehension and decoding. So decoding multiplied by language comprehension equals reading comprehension. Decoding is the ability to sound out words based on the rules of phonics. Language comprehension is the ability to understand language and written language, and reading comprehension is the ability to understand written language that goes beyond decoding. There are usually 3 general types of reading difficulties: low level of language comprehension, poor at decoding words, low levels of both language comprehension and decoding skills. Reading comprehension relies heavily on strong decoding skills and language comprehension. So strong decoding skills are necessary, and the ability to comprehend the language are essential for strong comprehension to occur. Next, we'll look at the components of literacy. There are 5 major components of literacy. Phonemic awareness is the ability to identify specific sounds in spoken words. Phonics is the connection between letters, and understanding the sounds in letters helps students to decode written language. Fluency is the ability to read words with speed, accuracy, and execute proper expression. Vocabulary is a student's recognition of known words that are needed to communicate in reading and writing. And we have comprehension, which is the ability to understand what is being read while also being able to use background knowledge, decoding vocabulary, and critical thinking skills to contrive meaning and connection.